Now, DA leader John Steenhuisen has dropped out of the race for re-election. The agriculture minister says he will now focus on his job in government. Steenhuisen was elected for 2 consecutive terms as DA party leader. He says his leadership was the most memorable in the party's history. Let's recap that announcement earlier today.
In the long story of the DA and its predecessors, dating back to at least 1959, there is only one leadership era that will ever be remembered for marshalling our party across the Rubicon and international government. Only one, and it is this one. A little over a year and a half later, the people of South Africa are beginning to experience the full impact of this breakthrough. The GNU has more than doubled economic growth in its first calendar year in office. The DA made a major contribution to this through our victory against a proposed VAT increase last year in favor of deeper and faster economic reform. South Africa recently got its first credit upgrade in 20 years, and we have finally been removed from the Financial Action Task Force's grey list. Growth projections are improving across the board, and unemployment has started to tick down. Now, of course, we have much more to do, but there is no doubt that South Africa's economy is now on the up after more than a decade of rapid decline. For the first time in many years, life is getting better for the people of South Africa, thanks to the work of the Democratic Alliance at municipal, provincial, and crucially, national level. Through the GNU, we have opened major agricultural export markets in the last 18 months, and we are working scientifically and with determination to end the worst foot-and-mouth outbreak in our country's history. Systemic reform is underway at Home Affairs, where a department that was once synonymous with failure is rapidly becoming a world leader in efficiency and secure digital service delivery. Basic education is reforming our school curriculum, while the Department of Communications and Digital Technologies is unlocking an equity equivalent investment to massively expand digital inclusion. Public works and infrastructure is driving a construction boom across our economy. Forestry, fisheries, and the environment is now working to unlock sustainable economic growth for rural and fishing communities while rebuilding the Kruger National Park following the devastating floods. However you slice and dice it, and however you look at it, South Africa today is a profoundly better country than it was on the eve of the 2024 elections. Now, a major part of the reason is because I delivered on my pledge to turn our party into a party of national government, which enabled the talented colleagues who lead these cabinet portfolios and provincial portfolios to demonstrate that the DA truly delivers for all. In fact, one of the things that I'm probably most proud of is this pool of talent that I've actively nurtured in the DA. Whether it's Siviwe Grahube, Asho Sarupan, Leon Schreiber, Dean McPherson, Solly Malatsi, Mimi Gondwe, or Selo Setlolo as ministers and deputy ministers, or Jordan Hill-Lewis and Celias Brink, and Chris Pappas as mayors of major metropolitan and town areas. These talented young leaders, and many others like them, became household names, because during my tenure we actively worked to empower them at every turn. They say the mark of a true leader is not what the leader does, but the people that he puts around him. And I'm very proud of the people in this room and across the party who I've invested in and who are now stepping up and leading wherever they are. A leader's job is to identify talent in people and then to foster that talent wherever it can be found. Because as these young leaders continue to shine in the DA for many, many years to come, it will always reflect on the leader who first believed in them. I'm also particularly proud of how the DA is increasingly seen as a political home for all the people of South Africa. At the start of my leadership, many commentators underestimated my commitment to ensuring that the party broadens its appeal beyond its traditional base. But the moonshot that catapulted the DA into the GNU was predicated on my commitment to reshape this party into one that transcends the boundaries of race, ethnicity, and class to serve the people of our beautiful country. And when I say serve the people, I say serve all the people. I believe the key reason why the DA is now polling at historically high levels and winning by-elections in areas where it traditionally struggled, and winning by-elections across the country, as last night's victories in the Western Cape, where we took 2 wards off the ANC, showed us. And I believe this is because the party's work in the GNU has proven that we care for all South Africans, no matter their background or their circumstances. Whether it's empowering emerging farmers and fishers, issuing smart IDs to people in villages and rural areas, or delivering better education in township schools, no one can now deny that the DA is delivering for all. I also feel it's important to remind my fellow Democrats that the progress we have experienced in 2019 did not happen automatically or by osmosis. Although the decisions like the formation of the Moonshot Pact and entering the GNU were proven correct, we must not gloss over the fact that some people opposed these bold moves at the time that I pushed for them. I say this as a reminder to all of us that the threat of the populist doomsday coalition has not disappeared. The prospect of them ultimately entering government has not disappeared. Just look what happened in this province in December last year, when the MK party came within a single vote of toppling the government of provincial unity. In the wake of losing that motion of no confidence that they had instituted against the GPU, they resorted to violence. They inflicted destruction in the chamber of the legislature, including in assaulting the speaker. Make no mistake about it. The scenes that we saw on that day is what awaits all of South Africa if we ever allow the MK-EFF doomsday coalition into power. As the DA, but also other GNU partners, hold internal elections over the coming months, it's paramount that we all continue to put South Africa ahead of factional and personal agendas. It would be a tragedy too great to contemplate for internal party maneuvering to plunge the GNU and our country into chaos. We have come too far, and we still have too far to go to allow anybody to derail the progress that we are making. My fellow South Africans and my friends, when I stood at the top of those steps at the Union buildings a few weeks ago, I was reminded of another set of steps that I ascended for the first time 27 years ago. And they were the steps to the Durban City Council, where I was elected as the youngest ever councillor in 1999. If someone had told that bright-eyed and bushy-tailed young man that he would, just over 2 decades later, be the person to lead the DA into national government, he probably wouldn't have believed you. And as I stood there looking out over South Africa's capital city, I realized it's mission accomplished for me. I have delivered on everything that I promised my party when I was first elected as federal leader back in 2019. I proudly picked up this party's banner when its internal polling was down to just 16%, and after the media declared the death of the DA. Built on a simple message that I believe that there was nothing wrong with the DA that couldn't be fixed by everything that is right with the DA. I worked hard with others who love our party to not only resurrect the party's fortunes, but we've also carried it to new heights. Previous chapters of our party's history were marked by the party becoming the official opposition and entering provincial government in the Western Cape. My term will be remembered for leading the DA into national government and putting South Africa on a new path to prosperity. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not the end of the road for the DA, and it's certainly not the end of the road for me. The way I see it is that there's an important next mission that beckons for our party, and that is to build upon my legacy and the DA's success in the GNU in order to turn our party into the biggest party in South Africa, so that we